Hi there, friends. I'm going to try this again. I'm sorry, when I came in here a couple minutes ago, my garage door went open and my dog started barking like crazy. So now it's quiet again, and I'm going to give this another shot. So welcome and congratulations to those of you who have completed 5 days to tame your carb cravings. And I also want to congratulate the people who are still working on it. That's so awesome. I look forward to hearing from you to find out the changes that you're experiencing in your body and your life as a result of these few changes that we've made in our habits over the past 5 days. And I want to get right to today's prize drawing. This is for yesterday's posting. The winner for the prize today is Diane Ricker. So congratulations, Diane. And I was very inspired by what you wrote. I just want to read this to everyone. You say, I was not able to follow the challenge exactly as laid out this week due to a couple different evening events I had planned, but my win is that I ordered a carb-free salad at both restaurants, which I normally wouldn't do. I was proud of myself for sticking with it. I am proud of you too. I was also able to make breakfast, snack, dinner, and leftover lunch from the recipes in the handout. It's been a long time since I've tried new recipes, and I loved how easy these were. It really showed me that cooking healthy meals is not as hard as I thought it was. So I love how you showed up for yourself, Diane. You could have easily made this an opportunity to put it off or self-sabotage, and you met yourself where you were flexible, you made the adjustments, and that's life. There is never a good time there's always a reason we can put something off. But if we meet every single day, one day at a time, and do the best we can, and just really tune into what is my body asking for? What is the right decision for me in this moment? And it's usually the right decision when you're really thinking about it. And so I want to recap what we did each day. Every day we made a very slight change in one single habit. On day one, we focused on breakfast, and I had recipes that were basically low carb recipes just to make it easy to start you off. The second day was about taking grains out of dinner. Again, easy. The recipes there were just delicious, I thought, and it seems some of you thought so as well. The third day, well, actually the night before, you had doubled the recipe. So the third day, it was just about packing your lunch with the leftover dinner. So that was really about how you can leverage your time. I'm working with a client right now, one of my health coaching clients, and she's been struggling with meal planning, and she was feeling resentful that she had to make grocery lists and go to the store. And she thought, I'm just going to work with the inventory I have on hand and just make stashes and put them in individual portions and put them in the freezer. And I thought, great, whatever it takes. So again, leveraging your time. So you're pressing the easy button. The fourth day was all about snacks, making the decision about whether to snack or not. There's no wrong decision. And I gave you some healthy recipes for snacks. And I think I had mentioned to you that I tend not to snack. I find that it gives my body a chance for my digestion to rest, and I'm less likely to eat for emotional reasons when I tell myself after breakfast, okay, kitchen's closed till lunch, and the same thing between lunch and dinner. And the one thing I didn't mention during this challenge that I'll actually mention to you now is something called intermittent fasting, where you have this window of time between dinner and breakfast the next day. And this is assuming you're healthy. You don't make these kind of changes without checking with your doctor first if you have some kind of health condition going on. But I like to close the kitchen, so to speak, between 7 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock the next morning, because that gives my body 13 hours to just rest. And it's amazing. I find that I keep my weight off better when I do this. So I just wanted to pass on that little nugget to you. And then yesterday, we switched our focus from the food piece to stress, because stress is such a huge part of cravings. It's just something we really need to get a handle on. And I gave you two very easy stress reduction techniques. One was a brief meditation, and the other one was a gratitude practice. So I hope that you'll continue with that. And there's so many ways that you can relieve your stress. I mean, we could really go on about that one. I also want to recap the mindsets that I shared with you every day, because I find my mindset, and if it's a place that aligns with who I want to be, it makes a huge difference when I put my focus on that. The first day's mindset was feel gratitude in your heart for the blessing of this nourishing food. This activates the chemistry in your body that supports your metabolism. I hope you see now, just by these 5 days, that the chemistry in your body is really what supports your metabolism or doesn't. When you've got that blood sugar roller coaster going big time, that does not support your metabolism. When you're stressed, that kicks your blood sugar roller coaster and cortisol, a fat storage hormone, into gear. The next mindset was focus. What you focus on is what grows. So focus on what you get to have. I love that. What you put your attention on is what's going to grow. And if you're putting your attention on, I'm fat, or I don't like this food, or whatever else is negative, you're just going to draw more of that into your experience. There's always a way to make a new habit playful and make it something that you do enjoy. There are lots of options. The third mindset is choose to feel the ease that comes with advanced planning and leveraging your time. This creates freedom. So there are 2 words in here that really hit me hard, and one is ease and one is freedom. And they're actually very related when you think about it. But I mentioned to you that everything is energy. Actually, that's the next mindset. But the energy around the word ease, the energy around the word freedom, when I feel stuck, I ask myself the question, what can I choose now? What is a thought that I can choose now that is still authentic to me, but puts me more in a state of ease? Or how can I press the easy button on this? How can I feel freedom around this? It makes a huge difference. Now we're into everything is energy. When you change the energy that you put into your body, you change the energy that you feel and that you express in your life. So when it comes to making changes in your body or in your life, it really all distills down to making changes in your energy. There are so many ways to do that. Food is one of them. Stress reduction techniques is another. There are millions of ways that you can change your states. And the final mindset was making non-food choices to nourish your heart and soul is an act of self-love, which offers everyone else the best version of you. And so there are a few pieces in there. One is about nourishing your heart and soul with something that's not related to food. Because when we reach for food, 9 times out of 10, it's not that we're really physically hungry. There's some void in our life that we're trying to fill, or there's some kind of emotion that we don't want to deal with. And so we numb ourselves out with food, just the way someone else might numb out with alcohol or addictive shopping, or there are plenty of addictions. And the act of self-love is just so huge. What you put into your body is a temple. What you put in it is an act of self-love or not. And I really want you to continue to think about it that way. And that when you are taking care of yourself and loving yourself, and you can do this with compassion, again, this is not about being perfect. It's about making progress. Even the little bit of progress is just huge, a huge platform from which you can spring forward. And that way, everyone else around you gets the best version of you, and you get to be the best version of yourself. It's the best place to be. And so on Monday, those of you who are enrolled in the challenge, I'm going to be sending you an email that asks you for some feedback. This is the first time that I have run this challenge. This is actually the first time I've run any challenge. So it was really, really fun putting it together and going through it with you. I really, really enjoyed it, and getting to meet some new people, having new people in the community. I feel so blessed about that. And I hope that you feel that this program has been in service to you. But I would still like to get a better handle on what it is about this challenge that you enjoyed most, and what are the things you appreciated the most. I'd also like to hear from you. If I were to run this challenge again, do you have any suggestions for me about something that I might change or add or do differently? I welcome that as well, that feedback. And also in general, I'd like to know, I'd love to hear from you about what topics would you like to hear more about. That could be as part of the Tuesday tips that I share, or it could be those of you who are in my email community, you know, every Sunday night, you receive a blog from me basically in an email. So let me know what topics. You can write to me in an email, you can send me a private message, however you want to convey that information. But those of you in the challenge will receive an email on Monday requesting that information, and I would so appreciate your feedback. Hello, Debbie. Nice to have you here. Nice to see someone here on Saturday morning. Actually, it's afternoon for most of us here. Anyway, I also want to remind you about this surprise bonus that I threw in for you, and that's the Lifeline Ignite group session. I'll be holding that session this Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, and I want to tell you this process has been huge for me. I have, you know, part of the reason that I'm an emotional eating coach is because I've struggled with emotions and struggled with emotional eating. And those things don't ever go away. I still struggle with these things just like you do. It's just that I have found tools that help me to move out of it. It's a cycle. I mean, it's the ebbs and flows of life. Sometimes we feel like we're really on, and other times, you know, things feel really hard. And so it's important to have tools and strategies to move through these stressful times. And that's what Lifeline Ignite has done for me. And that's why I share it with people in my coaching programs. And I really want for you to experience it. I've actually become a certified teacher in Lifeline Ignite. And down the road, I will be teaching. I would love for you to experience it so that you can use it as a tool for yourself, because it just takes like 10, 11 minutes a day to do this. It's amazing how it helps to shift stress, helps you to move from feeling anxiety into feeling so calm, more grounded. You know, again, the problems don't go away, but you feel more clear-headed and you feel more grounded and more love in your heart so that you can respond to them in a much more conscious way rather than react in a non-conscious way. So I have included the link to Zoom. Zoom is a video conferencing system for those of you who don't know about it. It is so easy to use. You just click on the link and it takes you into a room, just like it looks like the Facebook Live here, except there'll be a big group of us and we can interact. It's going to be really, really cool. And so I will post the link again later in the week and send an email to you about it as well for those of you who are enrolled in the challenge. But feel free to invite your friends. All you have to do is send them the link. And so I think that covers everything that I wanted to chat with you all about. If you have any questions, feel free to just post it in this thread beneath this Facebook Live or anywhere for that matter, and I'd be happy to answer. I hope you all are having a beautiful weekend, and just keep up with what you're doing. Again, don't think about it having to be perfect, but you understand the drill. You're trying to minimize your carbs, not eliminate them. We do need some carbs, but really, you know, minimize the grains that you have. And when you do have carbs, choose the ones that are more slow burning, that don't turn into sugars quickly. And those would be things like, for example, sweet potato is what comes to mind, or quinoa is another one, although quinoa is technically a seed and not a grain. Anyway, I won't go off on that any further, but you all have a great day, and thanks again. Mwah. Bye-bye.